Smile line maintenance. How to bring it back when your client comes in for a fill. How to cut it and make it look picture perfect. Greg's gonna show you how to do that right now.
Understanding smile line maintenance is really going to help you get better at rebalancing that smile line after it grows out, maybe after 3 or 4 weeks. To bring it back to its original position, you have to understand that there are certain bits you have to use, and there are certain techniques that are going to help you achieve perfection a lot easier. So, as you can see, right, this nail, there's a little bit of growth. There's natural nail here, right? I've kind of replicated a nail that's grown out, right? This is probably, I'd say, maybe 2 to 3 weeks worth of growth, and the smile line has gone from here to here, right? So the nail has grown from this point, and the smile line has moved down. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to bring the smile line back to its original position without having to remove the whole entire nail. Let me show you what we're going to do first. All right, so what I'm going to do is go through the process of pushing the cuticles back. Now, since there is a finish gel on top, what I'm going to do is quickly remove that. I'm going to keep my electric file on the surface of the enhancement, right? So all I want to do is remove the top coat first. So I'm going to use my safety bit. I'm just lightly going to go over the top just to get all of this top gel off of the surface. Boom. Okay. So once we're done doing that on all 10 fingers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my bit out to an X cut. This, as you can see, doesn't have a bald head. This has a really sharp edge. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some swipe. I'm gonna kind of clean the surface. All right, now, what we want to be able to do with this piece is rebalance the smile line. Now you have to understand, you're not going to be cutting with this edge. You're going to be working this area of the barrel, zone 1. Now you can see, right, from the top view, my hand, I'm not holding the hand like this. I'm not going to hold the hand like this because my hand will get in the way as I'm trying to cut. What I need to do is I need to be in a position where my hand is over on top with an over grip position, as you can see right here. And what this is going to do is going to help me turn the client's finger to the side and get the positioning of that barrel here so that I'm on zone 1. The goal is to move from this corner to center and then center to corner. Now, before I do that, I'm gonna make this really easy for you, okay? I can cut the smile line in, but again, the areas on the corner are going to be too shallow. There is a chance for me maybe to go a little bit too deep. So what we wanna be able to do, we're gonna do the fill before the cut, all right? All right, so once the nail is prepped, and again, I'm just gonna repeat this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. For those of you guys that don't understand the preparation process, you have to make sure that that back natural nail is lightly, right here, so I'm using an arbor band, right? Just lightly. I just wanna make sure that the natural nail, right, the shine is lightly removed from that back edge. You're gonna be using your arbor band to do that. Right, you have to make sure that we're going to be using protein bond on that exposed area, okay? This is going to make sure whatever you apply to the back end, right, is gonna fill that back surface, right, and then create enough support so that when you do make your cut, you don't have to go back and repeat the same process over again. I wanna make sure that when I do my fill, I need enough product, right, where when I set it to the back, it's going to self-level, right, self-level. But notice how much product I have. I am literally going to make sure that I bring this excess all the way down to where the smile line is, right? The new smile line is going to be. So I need to make sure that I'm bringing this up, this bulky area up, and then I can lightly feather right here in front. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of reinforcing, not just, right? I'm just not filling this whole area in. I need to make sure that I kind of reinforce the whole entire structure from side to side so that when we make our cut, we have enough room to cut in a new smile line. This is going to save you time because once this dries and we make our cut, all we're gonna have to do is fill in the product and then file it into shape. We wait for this to dry, and then we're gonna get right into the motion of cutting. All right, so you can see my hand position right now. I need to make sure that my client's finger is kind of at an angle, right? You can see that my palm is open, kind of facing up. And what I wanna be able to do is move from an open palm position to a closed palm position. Open palm position to a closed palm position. I'm not riding it like this with the edge of this barrel right here. I'm riding it with zone 1 of the barrel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from this corner, a little bit higher than the existing smile line, and I'm cutting in one direction towards myself, right? So boom, cut, cut, cut right down towards the center, right? So just a little bit behind that smile line, focusing on the pressure of that zone 1. So you can see how I'm kind of cutting in that divot right there, that trench. Now what I'll do is I'll move across the tip just to thin it out in one direction, right? So you can see I'm just kind of thinning everything down because I don't want the barrel to slip. Now, what I need to do is I need to move in this direction here. So I'll just make a slight adjustment and then I'll start to come across just with just that barrel, really light touch, right? And then come down, right? Now what I wanna be able to do is carve out this area right here. So it's really important for you to understand that what we wanna be able to do is we wanna kind of move the client's finger up and then use just that zone. And you can see me close my hand as I'm guiding it down with zone 1 into that corner. You see how I'm cutting that trench out? Now, this area right in here is not going to be as deep. So what I want to be able to do is I'm just gonna lower the electric file. I don't really need to be that fast. Then I could do a little bit of tune-up and come in and tune everything up. And you can see how my smile line has been cut. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna make, again, the necessary adjustments, going back and making sure that everything is nice and even, but you can see the positioning of my hand as I'm moving across. Look at this. I have my pinky in this area and I'm focusing on this part of my barrel. If I wanted to thin down the tip, I could always use a front to back. You see I'm using a front to back motion. Front to back motion just to kind of thin everything down. I don't want to go side to side. If I'm going side to side, there's always a chance of my barrel slipping around the tip. Once I have this cut out, then what I can do is if I want to refine the smile line, I could always take my hand file. I could always come in. I could just kind of refine the edge to make sure that it's absolutely perfectly even. And then just to make sure the trench is deep enough, you could always take a diamond bit. This is always a great tool. I'm just gonna run this again at around 7,000 RPMs, not too fast, medium. And then I'm just running the edge of that barrel right inside that trench just to make sure that the smile line is going to be deep. This is not going to cut. As you can see, I'm running this edge on my skin. Nothing is going to happen. I'm just refining the edge of that smile. So you can see how the trench is cut out. Smile line is going to be perfectly even. This is going to leave me room to fill in with the new color. Let's go ahead and get that color and let me show you what it looks like when we start filling it in. All right, so once we've cleaned the surface of swipe, what I want to be able to do is take a little bit of protein bond just along the edge of the smile line and the acrylic. This is going to be like added insurance. So when you lay your acrylic down, it's going to stick really, really well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna submerge my brush, I'm gonna pick up a bead, right? And with it wet, I'm just gonna wipe it off and then use the tip of the brush to quickly push it into the smile. Notice how I'm really focusing my attention with the tip of my brush to push it into the smile. Boom, and just let it sit, okay? So this is going to give it a chance to kind of self-level. And then as it starts to set, what I can do is just kind of lightly push down the surface to make sure that it's even. All right, and since I am applying a colored acrylic, what I am going to do, I'm going to take just a hair amount of Speed Clear. The only thing I want to do is just lightly brush it onto the surface. I don't need to build anything on top. This is just going to add, again, a little bit added strength, and this is going to kind of accelerate the cure. All right. This is also going to help when we start filing this into shape so that if it does file away, what is going to end up filing away is that top layer of clear, and you don't have to file into that color. We're going to let this dry out. We're going to file this into shape. You're going to see a fully rebalanced smile line with proper cutting technique.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Also, if you didn't know, we're on so many other channels. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat. The list goes on. Please, please, please check us out.